What is your name? What do you do and where are you from?
My name is Kai. I'm currently studying education and I'm from Thailand.
What do you identify as and what are your pronouns?
I identify as a transgender man. My pronouns are he, him.
What is beauty to you?
I guess beauty to me is I think beauty is a personalized experience specific to the person. Like, I think there's no definition of beauty per se in that aspect, but more so, rather, it's beautiful because it means something to you. Yeah.
Where do you find safe spaces?
I think I've ended up finding a community within Joburg. As much as there's a lot of hate here, there's a really big queer community or a community of allies that allows a safe space for queer people.
Where do you find representation, if you have found representation at all?
I think a good start is here. This actually is representation, what we're doing here right now. As well as just people making the effort to speak out on trans people and educate.
Can you speak to us more about your style and how it has changed over the years?
I think starting off as a little kid, having your mom do your shopping for you from the girls section and just hating everything she picks out. And then I discovered my dad's closet, starting to read things from there. And I think over time, I just got more comfortable, like, wearing whatever I wanted to, like, even if it wasn't what people expected me to. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. And are you at peace currently? And where do you find peace?
I think right now I'm at the most peace. I'm at the most peaceful moment I've ever been in my life. Before I started transitioning, before I started testosterone, I was severely depressed. I had really bad borderline personality disorder, and I feel like I didn't see a way out of it. I started getting a little better, and by chance I started testosterone, and I think somehow it's created peace of mind for me, whether it's a psychological effect of being who I want to be or being comfortable within my own body. I found like a peace that I would have never known if I wasn't true to myself. Yeah.
And what would you say to your younger self?
Whew, there's a lot of things. I think the most important is that don't be too hard on yourself. Just allow things to happen. Everything comes in its own time. If it's not here right now, that means it's not meant for you right now. Yeah.
What would you say to your older self?
What I'd say to my older self is just a little reminder to always reflect. I think one thing with transitioning is that I've become less emotionally vulnerable, and I think it's always important to care about your feelings and other people's feelings. Yeah.
And then how has your journey been since you started testosterone?
My journey has been quite amazing. I think it's very exciting with all the little changes like voice. I managed to grow one strand of beard. It's a very beautiful experience, and I think it's very nice to take in the moment. I don't very much expect or have expectations for what I would look like or be like in the future. Rather, right now, as I transition, I discover the small little things which makes me really happy, or I also like take note of, like, I'm not in a rush. Rather, I feel like as I am, I'm whole. Yeah.
And then how old were you when you realized that you were trans?
I think 15. Yeah. I think I didn't know what the term trans was before that, and just discovering like the term transgender and its definition, I realized that that very much described who I was.
And then how have you dealt with body dysmorphia before testosterone and after testosterone?
Before testosterone, body dysmorphia was extremely tough. Also being in a place of depression, I think it contributed to it a lot. What gave me peace of mind was the people I surrounded myself with. They made me feel like the man I was, despite not having any manly features on me. Like, yeah.
Can you speak to us more about trans legislations and criminalizations?
I think more so it's a place of blame. I very much feel like government officials pass these laws because they secretly are scared of what they like. Like, I think it's more so people not understanding, not taking the time to understand, because at the end of the day, people are making such big decisions, like for the country, when these decisions don't affect them personally. If we're looking at it, it's men in their 50s, 60s that are deciding about something they probably have never like made the slightest efforts to like learn about. And I think it's unfortunate, but I also think that with enough time, and unfortunately all the people suffering right now, it's unfair to them, but with enough time, I feel like the world will change, and I think every country would get to a point where there's a safe space.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with the transies? It's your second time here.
Yeah, I think my first time here was before I started testosterone, and I think after I started now, my advice to everyone out there is that it is a very scary step, yes, but if you know that is truly what you want and who you are, don't be scared to go for it, because what is the worst that could happen?